The following program is sponsored by Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And happy Monday from Grandpa's Bagel, Bakery, and Deli in beautiful downtown Dania Beach. That's my hometown. I am here with Mike Lubie Lubitz. I am not here with Jeff Defo DeForest. He's back at the homestead, the man cave. But Defo, we didn't forget about you. We got beautiful gold brown.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Just to make you feel better.
That is like, the Passover is coming up, so we're going to be talking a little bit of Passover feasts. And, Elijah, remember Eliyahu? They always spaced the chair, the cup of wine for Elijah
yep.
at the Passover table. So in the same vein today, we're leaving potato knish for our prophet and
He's our prophet.
the Defo Lama. Well, yeah, he is a prophet. I think he pegged that FAU and UM were going to be going to the Final Four, which is why he's been talking to the coaches.
The only one that did any of that on our stuff, and I'll give him credit since he's a pain in the rear, is Mr. Jim Sarney. The only one that's given a damn about any of these schools, UM, FAU, and Division II champion Nova, is Jim Sarney. I will give him credit. So he's sort of our Svengali / prophet.
Yeah, and I give props to Sarney as much as a pain in the butt he can be sometimes with his esoteric texts and saying, oh, you should do this and you should definitely watch the NAIA women's wiffle ball finals. And he was the first one FAU Owl bandwagon all the way back, I think, when they put together a little winning streak, probably about the holiday time. And he was saying this team it can do some damage, and I guess he was absolutely right. Defo, too bad he didn't get any money down on it, because I think, did I read correctly that at the start of the season, or he sent me this, I don't know if it's true, that before they played the first game this year, that to win the national championship, that FAU was 250,000 to 1.
It's very possible. I mean, and look, you probably could have got that yesterday on FAU to win the championship, because it seems impossible, Mike Mayo. But nonetheless, we have to give credit to Sarney. A knish in his honor would be more appropriate. Excuse me.
Are you getting a cold? This is what's happening now. This is why he stayed away. He sounds like me about a month ago there. We don't have the cough button. He does. He's the pro here. But we're at Grandpa's today, and now forget about the knish there, Defo. I think you need this beautiful bowl of matzo ball soup. I got the Jewish penicillin right here. It's like you need a shot of something. Oh yeah, he's swigging. I hope it's bourbon. That'll.
Defo doesn't do that. He should.
Mike Lubie Lubis, how are you today?
I'm really happy to be here, Grandpa's. Considering a week from this Wednesday. Really any, because I am observing in some form the Passover. That's why I wanted to make sure I got a big breaded potatoes here, because next week it is Passover and it is Easter. So we're going to start your holidays off now here from Grandpa's, which I'm sure is a great place for not only Jewish delicacies, but I'm sure you can pick up plenty of Easter things at Grandpa's as well.
Well, this is kind of a New York deli bakery. They have the great stuff in the morning, all the good bagels and rugelach, things like that. Obviously, you're not going to eat bagels during Passover or observant, but this place is not kosher for Passover. It's not kosher at all, which is fine, because they got the great all the deli comfort foods, like the sandwiches, the corned beef, the pastrami, the turkey, the omelets, the breakfast stuff. And what do you got there, Lubie, today? You've got this big monstrosity, the Sobo, right? Soho, or
what? It's a Sobo, and we did this before, but they gave me bacon, which is a good on a sandwich. But their sausage, a lot of places don't do this. The really big sausage links the really big round sausage links. So I wanted that on the sandwich. So we have our sobo, our sausage, egg, and cheese, and everything like a sandwich. And you got your Defo, in his honor, his finish.
And it's great. We're here. It's a bagel deli and bakery. It's on just off Federal Highway when you go south of Dania Beach Boulevard. I believe it's called. It's named in honor of Monroe Udell, original owner, proprietor of Jackson's Ice Cream Parlor, which is right across the street. So talk about a deli double, Defo. You could get yourself some beautiful bagels and have a sandwich for brunch or lunch, and then go right across the street and get yourself a little dessert at Jackson's. But I love this area. Of course, I can walk here.
Well, you live here.
I live here, so it's easy for me. It's a beautiful day. Come on, they are doing gangbusters here at Grandpa's. And unfortunately, both Marks, the Marks brothers, as I call them, Mark Freed and Mark Goldberg, neither one was available today. I think Mark Freed was hoping to be here, but he got called away for family emergency or a tea time that probably came open, but I don't know. No, he sends his regrets, but I do have some of my friends off to the side. Former Sun Sentinel sports staffers, Ed Gelati, who used to cover baseball back in the day, Marlins inaugural season, he was on the beat along with Gordon Eads came on, and Ed is now working still at a newspaper for the Gannett Company up in Nashville, Tennessee. But he's here, a couple of other buddies that we used to work with. But I heard you were a little stunned, and I was too, when you were talking to Dave Hyde this morning. The fact that there's any kind of debate that they're scrounging, trying to find some coins in the cushions of the Sun Sentinel newsroom of like to send Dave to the Final Four.
When there's two South Florida teams there.
What do you think of this, Defo?
I can't imagine. I mean, think about it. When you talk about the lavish budget that you had when you were traveling around all over the world to cover, like, as Sarni would recommend, NIT women's wiffle ball. I'm trying to figure out if there's been anything more remarkable in terms of being inconceivable for South Florida teams than to have two college basketball teams in the Final Four. I mean, there's 4 teams left in the country. And 2 of them play right here, and nobody cares. So that's the beauty of it. They will now, which is good.
This is not Chapel Hill and Durham. This is not Duke. I mean, this is FAU Owls and University of Miami. Okay, UM has had, flirted with success tournament and Jim. What a savvy great coach, and incredible. But it's also unfathomable at the local paper that FAU is in Boca Raton. The Sentinel circulation. The reason I took,
wow. I mean, must be no money left in the kitty. You know what I did though, Mike? On the suggestion of a good friend of ours, a good friend of the show, Andy. I don't know if he's down there at Grandpa's. He might be in the background somewhere. I bought the $1 for 6 months subscription, so Hyde could go to the Final Four. And I'm curious to see what his reaction would be if he's there up close and personal.
I'm very proud.
I think everybody should do it right now.
Yeah.
If
he does it, Hyde might be able to get on a minute Spirit Airlines or something to Houston, fly on the wing or something, strap them on outside. Now it's managing editor who we know from the group. I saw her. There was a whole bunch of us that got together the other night at the Southport Raw Bar, and this was before any of the games had been played. And I said, so that if FAU or UM make it through, Hyde gonna go? And she was like, oh, I don't know. I said, you got to like somewhere. I mean, we're phony running town, but still everybody's interested now. And it's really incredible.
I get it. Back in the day, they did send you guys to everything. And look, papers don't have the circulation. They don't make the money. Even the digital, which does pretty well. It's not the same thing. And also, like you were just saying, we're an area that doesn't support college basketball. So in this day and age, to just send someone to cover the fine. I get that. Either of these teams, let alone both teams there.
And they might play for the title.
Yes, they could put the title. brainer. I'm sorry. Like,
No,
find the money. You would look horrendous if you don't representation.
You know, even from the royalties from Jimmy Johnson book, maybe Dave should just reach in his own pocket and fly on out. No, I would never suggest that. Don't ever spend your own money for a big corporate. I'm gonna say, Defo. I'm a little out of brain. You're right. Weird. I don't know. Flu bug. I got chills and aches, and I had appetite. I still don't have much appetite, but I figured the soup would be a good elixir today. And I mean, we're all, I guess, just trudging along with our maladies. But when you have that kind of, the incredible sports story, it just kind of gives you a bounce in your step. I guess the fact that you were able to just rally so far behind. Hey, Freed showed. All right, he's here. He made it. I got a little worried. Oh, okay. They because I stopped by earlier. Yeah, come on in. We've got Mark Freed, the proprietor of Big Belly. Defo is nursing a cold, so he's at the home dead today. How are you today, Mark Freed?
I got to replace Defo. That's a tough
Nah,
fill.
he's there in the little screen.
I'm here.
Feel better, brother. I feel like I'm in your seat.
I was feeling okay till we started the show. That's a funny thing.
How do you
And
not
then Mike
show up?
held
You got
that
matzo
finish.
ball soup here for you.
I got matzo ball soup. I even got him the knish that he loves so much.
Now I got to eat your food?
Yeah,
It's okay. I'll enjoy watching others having fun with that. But no, I would crave it. I had to scratch for another reason on Friday at the track. And if anybody thought I was jaking it, what would it take to get me to scratch out of going to a racetrack where I was going to be fed for free and then get a free racing farm from Mike Mayo and his brother? So yeah, it's been a little rough the last couple of days.
He's had a rough go. Take it easy on the.
All right, I'll go
on the
easy
guy.
on you. We'll work on Mayo together.
So let
All
me
right.
ask you, because it seems like college basketball hoops is the story of the day.
Wow, Florida heaven.
I mean, you grew up in New York with St. John. Did you pay a lot of attention to college hoops when
I
you
used
were
to hang
up
out
there?
at St. John's. I
You
never
did?
went to school there, but I hung out there a lot.
Okay, Louis Carnesecca, the sweater.
Redmond,
I mean, I grew up in the day Chris Mullen, and back when
Me
the Big
too.
East was like the
Walter
beast.
Berry.
Yep. So it's kind of incredible that these teams have snuck in and made
I
it
think
all
they've
the way.
earned it. They look great. That FAU looks like the real deal out there. But
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone's going to beat who's that? Connecticut.
UConn looks pretty
Oh
good.
my God,
The
they look wonderful.
Huskies are the big favorite. So I guess I have a theory, Defo, and I study the Easters, but I imagine like FU is a lot of homegrown talent, right? I know that one of their stars, G. Lehigh and Pompano, right? My theory is that what we're seeing now, and you wouldn't think of this as, basketball country or college basketball country, but I think everything changed back, 10 to 15 years ago when LeBron James came and the Big Three was here. I think it inspired a generation in the high schools. That's it. He's coming back. Don't trip. Don't
That was
trip.
it. I mean, he didn't like your theory about LeBron.
I guess he didn't like the theory. Maybe Sarney likes the theory.
You've lost Lubie and Mark. Yeah.
I got nothing. This is just one of those days. Freed had to go run back to the kitchen for something. But so again, my theory, Lubie, is that these kids who are a lot of locals who have got the success that people maybe that by LeBron when he did in the early and the tens, that these kids who are now coming in college maybe were inspired by LeBron, and we're seeing the fruits of that here with, getting some real good basketball talent who are staying here and shocking the world.
Yeah, I mean, I that is a thing. Like basketball, look, first of all, the Heat had success, so that helps. Florida is an event town, and also the other sports didn't. Defo and I've talked about this a lot, where the Panthers, the Marlins left a lot to be desired, and the Heat have really taken that mantle. And you would think it would make South Florida more of a basketball town. We just have seen this last couple weeks it's not. Is Steve there? Defo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I thought you were going to expand on that, but
I
no,
was
I would
eating
say
at the
this.
news.
I have a couple of thoughts on it because when I first came to South Florida, I played basketball every night, and I was amazed every day or night. There wasn't a game that I bypassed. If somebody was playing ball and I was rolling by a park, I stopped my car and parked there and tried to get in the game. I really loved basketball, and I was amazed at how poorly how poor the command of fundamentals was from the players that lived here as compared to say play people from the Northeast, Chicago, whatever. Where it seemed like everybody knew how to play the game, at least the basic fundamentals of it. And I thought, wow, that's strange because you can play outside year round here. So you would think that you would have much better basketball players, but I don't know that LeBron flipped it. I'm not sure that it's necessarily an overwhelmingly local influence that has made it possible for these two teams to get into the Final Four. But and that's what makes it even more remarkable because we are not an area, we're known still for growing football players, and
Well,
it's the
Lubie,
hotbed of recruiting for everybody around the country, even though we're a smaller state than say California or Texas. And and Jim Larinaga just knew how to play the game. Well, when the system changed, and I would imagine, the same must be capable of being said for Dusty May at FAU, who's my
Dusty May.
third favorite Dusty, as I was saying this morning. At this point, well, he's my second favorite. If he comes on the show, he eclipses Dusty Rhodes as my favorite Dusty of all time. And then the national anthem of all degenerates, Dusty Springfield, wishing and hoping and hoping and praying, which you were doing a lot of this weekend, as you described. It would be number two, and then Dusty Baker, I guess, slides in there at number three. And I couldn't think of too many other Dusties of significance. Am I missing somebody?
Dusty's and Rusty's, Rusty Staub, but Dusty Baker.
Well, Rusty's, yeah, but I'm talking straight up Dusty.
Yeah, straight up Dusty's. I don't know. But I do know this. Well, have you studied the roster of FAU, Lubie? Because I don't know anything. Are they mostly locals or are they from all over the state? Or
I haven't
They're
studied
all
anything.
over the world, yeah.
Everywhere.
They're
the
all over the
Golden
world.
Kids, the
They got
transplant, the
French,
transfer. Yeah.
Okay. Well, doesn't UM have a? Yeah,
A lot of them.
they got transfers. So we are.
There went
We'll
that
take
theory, Michael. Yeah.
it.
I don't even think they have a kid that lived in Florida on either team. No,
But I did do some research over the weekend on actually, and it's always amusing when I do some due diligence. So I'm going to do a show later this week with Nikki Mohan, and a place that she tested because we wanted to feature women-owned businesses, and one place that she and people in her office liked. The place had been, and I'm not going to name it, but it turned owned by a woman. It's actually by a fugitive of Chinese. Is on the most wanted list of the government, and is also on the. We're planning on that. We're going to the women later. While we're here at Grandpa's, we're getting ready. Mark Reed was still around because after Passover, they the catering that you can bring home Seder's if you don't want to do all the cooking and all the cleaning up. It is a place where you could just kind of pick up your brisket, your turkey, your Passover goodies, the simmis. Do you like the simmis? That's the carrots that's in the it's kind of a little bit sweet. I don't know if it's honey or what, but it's
Ask Defo. The funny thing is I don't like Jewish food that much. Defo's even worse than I am.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not gefilte fish, which never was I happier, even though I love the place, the Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, the remote we did last week, where once again, I mean, the food was mind-blowingly good, and they prepared it there, which they're not even supposed to be in that racket, but everything was delicious. But I couldn't have been happier when they said, well, we won't have the gefilte fish until next week, so. You would have to be the main critic on this, Mike Mayo. I'm not sure that I could compare it to anything because I rarely eat any of that stuff.
Oh well, I love all. I like I'm a big even though I'm not particularly religious, I do love traditions, and I love the Passover Seder. I like eating matzah with cream cheese. You like it with butter. We've had this.
Butter on matzah is still, a staple of the Defo childhood, no doubt.
I like it with chopped liver too. I love spreading a little bit of that nice chopped liver, and then of course we've got. Oh, look at this! Oh, Dee is here. The lovely Dee. Come on over to the table. Yeah, okay. You want to put? Oh, she's got a chicken in the. Oh yeah, why not? You're the manager. You're an authority. We've got the lovely Dee here with us. Let me just get your microphone.
Hi, Michael.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Freed was here. He did a cameo appearance and he bolted. And I was going to ask him
it?
all about. Well, first of all, what did you bring us
This
here?
is chicken in a pot.
And
So
it's
this is half of a chicken, 2 matzo balls, noodles, and our fabulous chicken broth.
and that is a
Frozen, grab
meal.
and go, take home, dinner for 2.
Nice. And that is not just for the holidays of
That is
Passover.
all
It's
the
for
time.
any time
Correct.
now.
We also
And-
have all of our soups now available in our freezer. We've got cheesecakes, cheese blintzes.
Oh, blintzes
yeah,
is my
all kinds
favorite.
of good stuff over there.
Like a good blintz, especially when you put that blueberry sauce on it. Well, that's great. Can you tell us a little bit about Passover? The holidays coming up next week already. I can't believe
on the
it.
4th it happens. The 4th is Passover. We've got a menu already put together. If anybody wants to come in and order some catering stuff, we'd be happy to help you out for that. We've also Easter coming up on the following Sunday. Hard
Right.
to believe. So some good holidays coming up, some good food that we've got available for you here at Grandpa's.
And you'll
and-
still remain open through the whole Passover holiday,
believe
even
it.
though bagels aren't the most kosher for Passover
You better
item.
believe it.
For people who don't maybe observe all the dietary restrictions, you're
All
still
of
going to
the
be
above, yes.
opening, have your bagels, but you can also get all the stuff that
Yep.
bring home for the holiday
Absolutely.
table. So that's great.
Yeah.
What's the best way people that just call up?
They can call, they can come in, they can talk to Clive or myself, and we'd be happy to help you out and assist you with any kind of
Excellent.
orders for the holidays coming up.
Thanks.
Okay.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome.
I know
It's
you're
my
very
pleasure.
busy.
First-
does it
first
ever?
time.
Does it? Well, yeah, it's good. I'm
we should
glad.
make
You're
it more
definitely
a usual thing.
no knock against Freed, but I'd much rather be sitting looking at you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Have a great day, guys.
Right,
Thanks,
Pete.
Steve.
Thanks,
He's
Steve.
got to run. He's all over the
Gee,
place.
it's always busy here. They're crazy.
Yeah, you got dueling cameos working so far.
Yeah, it's great. It's a very hectic.
Can you get the chef out from the kitchen? For a
I know,
couple
but I'm
seconds?
like,
That'd be
it's-
awesome.
It has that New York vibe, whereas things are coming and going, all that. So we
That
like
place is always busy. And another thing, and I've said this before, and I don't know if it's a theory of yours also, but when it seems like you can hear the buzz in the place and everybody's having a good time, and you see a variety of food that all looks delicious, always a good sign that this is a great place to go to, and that's the impression I get whenever I go to Grandpa's. Everybody's just having a great time and they're eating.
the thing is, the two Marks came in. They took over a place that had been closed for a few years. That was a well-established place for a long time. And it was the Grampa family. It's not Grandpa like Grandpa, your mother's father, but this is Grandpa is the family name of the family that first founded and started this business back in the early '60s, and they took it over. They redid it inside here. A little bit different. The old Grandpas used to have more of a all-day diner type of thing where you get things like pot roast or meatloaf.
Yeah, it was like
Here-
a down home kind of a thing.
Here is more of like the New York bagel
Deli.
omelet deli. But, and it's always a little tricky because people who knew it in the old way, things have changed. But for me, the change is for the better because I love a good bagel, and I think they got the best bagels in town. You know who came in and got a bag of bagels and some of the rugelach the other day?
Oh, he actually got Ruggles.
Tony Segreto.
Tony
I love that he got
Segreto.
Ruggles. Good for Segreto.
He, after his stellar job of filling in on the Friday
Fridays,
show at
Lunchbox, yep.
Gulfstream, he was heading back here, and he's been looking for a good bagel. I said, go on in there. I said, ask for D. Tell him that you're a friend of ours and friend of the Lunchbox. And, yep, they set him up. He got all kinds of good bagels and the rugelach. I didn't get the follow-up yet. I know he called me the other day, but I was in the middle of my gambling jag, so I didn't
You
get
blew him off. You blew off Segreto
love
after
you
he
just
schlepped all the way into the track.
Well, it was, it was a feverish day. It started at 7:30 in the morning at Dubai. It didn't end until 2:30 the next morning when I won an online poker tournament to recoup all my losses. And that's the thing, Defo. You got to keep going, even when you dig yourself a hole. Only, winners never quit, and quitters never
Yeah.
if they're in the hole. But if you win early in the day, then you should quit because that's quitting while you're ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. When I would see Mike Mayo at food events, and I had heard the name Mike Mayo through the years, I would never know that he was way more of a degenerate than Jeff DeForest. I'm not gonna lie. Like Defo had
Yeah.
aura of being this massive degenerate. He does like to track. I can't lie. He's never done any of the things you just described. Never.
Oh, I doubt that. He's had 24-hour gambling.
Never is a bit of an exaggeration,
No.
but
But from
you
like
know,
at
we
home
used to-
on your phone, like once you go home, you go.
Oh
home.
no, Mayo's and this infusion of cash that he mentioned, and we don't want him. We're kind of rooting for another major weather catastrophe, but this infusion of cash has changed him. From a guy who was telling me he would send us those tickets that we couldn't possibly depict what the hell was going on the text, and it was like, oh, I bet all of $4 on that thing. And now all of a sudden he's sending it in 400 a pop on the horses at
I'm
20 to
going
1.
against-
It's great.
I'm going against my philosophy, which is bet a little to win a lot.
Now you're betting a lot to win a little. It's great.
I'm betting a lot to lose more, and that's not good. But thank God the poker skills. Oh
There
wait,
he
we
is.
got Frida's
There he
back.
is.
All right, and hold on. Put on
Make
your
sure the ears
headphones.
right. Make sure
We
the ears
spoke to-
right.
Yeah.
Make
Hold
sure the
on.
ears
There
right.
you
He's gonna
go.
put the ear wrong.
It's
And
like
he put ear
the.
wrong. Okay. There you go. Good
There we
man.
go.
We're coming up pro.
Frida's
the mic
back.
by her mouth.
Let's get
We
the
got the whole thing.
microphone.
Look at
Okay.
you. You got the whole
We
thing
had
going.
Dee make her first appearance. She dropped off the chicken in the pot, so I didn't realize this is a frozen grab and go item. Yeah. Yeah, it's on. You got it. You good?
And I've never seen this before, but obviously Clive has done it with Ansel in other stores. I won't mention their bagel stores.
Yeah.
It used to be Sage.
Right.
Like that one I can mention. And it's just boiled chicken.
It's one of those. Okay,
It's
now
boiled
it's on.
chicken.
Yep.
It's got carrots, celery, cut up matzo balls, and angel hair pasta in there.
Yeah. Now I said
And it's got some soup, but it's almost more like a goulash versus a soup. So if you want to really spread
Yeah,
it
it's
with
like-
soup, you got to buy another pint of
it's
soup.
thick. It doesn't have a lot of broth. It's more
Correct.
of the
But it was
hearty.
phenomenal. And I'd never seen this before, but
You've
know
never
what?
seen
You
it
can
before. I
feed-
grew up with it
you
in
can
the
feed-
Mill
but not where I
Basin
was
Deli in Brooklyn, where near me, and they would actually serve it in like a metal pot, and it was like they call it it's not the flunkin, but like the chicken is boiled chicken. It's a whole chicken with
Right.
the bones and the skin, but they would also have it not just with the matzo balls and the noodles, but it would also be with the kreplach, which is like the Jewish
right, you
wontons.
told me that.
And
But
it was
that
like-
I don't know how to get.
That
so
was a party in a bowl. I said you should just get Christine Lee's and send up some of the.
she'll do it for
the-
us too.
the-
She likes us. She
Do
gets
the-
bialys from us.
Nice. No, we like Mary down there is great at.
I usually give you a
Christine
better
Lee's.
spread, but I guess I wasn't here for you.
No, it's all
And
good
you're-
because
you're
I
short
don't
of
have
body.
much
And you're short
appetite.
of body.
Oh yeah, we're good. I had a little bit of a stomach flu or whatever last night, so I'm just down to the soup today. The soup tastes like gold, and
My man's eating that, huh?
Lubie's having the what's it called? The sobo, the sausage
nice.
on the bagel. And
Land
Lubie's,
O'Lakes
hey,
American
we got
cheese.
business to take care of. Do you want to draw this week's the winning entrant? We do every week a contest out when we go to Gulfstream
I don't
Park.
hear you as much.
You don't hear me? Uh-oh.
So this
Can you
isn't
hear it?
really working for me.
It's
too
not
good,
working. Can
'cause
you
I
hear it?
usually hear it better.
Let's see. You got it now?
Hello.
Better now?
No,
Better,
I hear
worse?
you from here to here, not through here.
Okay. Let me see. That's it. Oh,
Now I got action.
Lubie is a top form today.
Now I feel like I got some game.
Oh, it's a rough
I'm
Monday.
glad I sat close to
There
you. I
was
would've heard
gambling.
nothing.
There was no drinking. I'm still on the wagon. It's hard to believe because my life seems to be going. I don't know. I'm no clearer or sharper without drinking for almost a month now. So let that be a lesson, Freed.
I always listen.
So
What am I picking?
okay. So every week
This is
when we
not fixed, right?
no, it's not fixed. We've got 24 names in the hat this week, Defo, because
Wow.
what happened was
Everybody scratched in the race.
there were 3 scratches
See, that
of
is the first
logical
time I heard
horses.
him.
Yeah, okay. Now you hear him. Now you hear it, Defo. All right, we've got our ducks in a row. Gulfstream Park. It's for 2 Sunday brunch vouchers at 10 Palms Buffet, and we had a winner go up there last Sunday, and they loved it. So Thanks again to Joe Beja. And what they have to do is come up with the weekly restaurant trivia question. Last week was a gimme. It was Carbone in Miami Beach, where I went last week and spent $400 with my daughter, and I didn't even drink. And we had pasta of veal parmesan, 2 appetizers, 360
I heard
bucks.
that name before. Maybe
Carbone.
from you.
Well, it's in New York. They came down here to Miami Beach, but that was the restaurant clue. And then the race last week, it was won by the favorite, the number 5 horse, and there were also 3 scratches. It seemed like everybody in the contest, or at least 24 out of the 70 people, had either the horse that won was the favorite, and the horses that scratch, you get the post-time favorite. So they're all in the hopper.
So what am I picking?
You're going to just pick one slip, and whoever is the winning slip will get the brunch for 2 at 10 Palms. And this week's winner is, you want to say the name? Barbara Klein. Barbara Klein.
Barbara Klein.
Yeah.
All right, Barbara Klein. Way to go.
Oh, Barbara, you're welcome.
Barbara
Welcome,
Klein,
Barbara.
you are the
Welcome.
winner of this
Congratulations.
week's 10 Palms
Yay, Barbara.
brunch buffet.
Nice job, Bob.
You and a guest will get to go there any Sunday between now and the end of
Barbara
April.
doesn't have to take me.
No,
Does
she
not
doesn't have
have
to
to.
take you.
I know
I'll take
Defo
you.
would have said what I just said. I know that Defo boy.
We'd like to get the invite from one of our winners because it really is spectacular. The buffet there, the brunch buffet at
We can go
10
there and
Palms.
pay for it anytime we want.
That's
right?
true.
Anytime you want.
How much is
and
the buffet?
it usually
sound like
goes
a
for
restaurateur.
$50 plus tax and tip. It comes out to about 62 and change,
Not bad.
and includes 1 mimosa. And you know what we're going to do? As much as I love coming here on Sunday mornings and get my bagels and cream cheese, and that's at 8 o'clock, and then you can go to Gulfstream and you play the
True.
races all day.
The brunch.
So that place, 10 Palms, is
Yeah.
in the track.
Yeah,
It's
right above
overlooking
the
the
track.
track.
It's amazing.
Like where Christine Lee used to
Yes.
Where it used to
It's
be,
right
but it's
around
on
there,
the
yeah.
floor below, and it's got this beautiful, windows that you table all day. The buffet's going all day, so
let's do it.
it's and what we're going to do,
I'm in.
I think we're
I
talking
think
about
April 30th. We're
April
going to make an
30th.
appearance.
I
If you want to
think
join
we're
us,
going
we'd
to
love
be
to have you.
having a lunchbox brunch
Party.
celebration.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of wrap up the whole racing season. Well, the Florida Derby is this Saturday coming up, and they're concluding the winter championship meet, but they got racing every weekend
all the way
all
through.
year long, and we're
I
going to
love
still be
I'm
going
with
out
you
there.
guys. I love the horses.
So-
You should come. We got to come out.
We're going to talk to Joe Beja, the director of food and beverage out
So
there.
you know the main guy there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll bring
Oh,
him
yeah,
some
of course.
bagels.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
bring him
gonna-
a present.
There you
We'll-
go. He
We'll
likes
bring him a
to
little
offer.
gift
can't
from. We'll give him a
refuse.
little. We'll bring a gift from Defo.
So
Exactly.
I think what we're planning on doing is on April 30th, a couple of winners are planning on going, and I think we want to get a lunchbox crew going
Yep.
out there, and we'll have some sort of special deal.
Wow,
Maybe
it'd be
a
nice to feel like part of the
maybe
family.
knock
You
off
are,
10%.
obviously. You know that.
Maybe I'm going to negotiate with Joe and try to get a lunchbox special, maybe
Deal.
$40 instead of $50, and make sure everybody tips just as well.
You'll have to get me a shirt that says lunchbox.
We'll get
on
you,
it, know what I mean?
lunch-
You know what?
Lunchbox
We're
thing.
working on the merch. We got people.
Another one of
on that
our wicked
end.
cheesesteaks is working on it.
Yeah, so
Or even
you know what?
hats.
You're going to come down there that day. If you're in
April
town,
30th is
you'll be my
Sunday?
guest. That
I think
day.
so, yeah.
I'll leave here. Don't worry. It'll be crowded on that day. But I don't.
It's
They'll
always
handle it.
crowded at
They'll
Grandpa's,
handle it.
but that's going to be nice. Hey,
Yeah, it's a
we've got to
Sunday.
take our first break.
Yes, sir.
And it is a Monday. We're at Grandpa's Bagel Deli Cafe, but I want to talk about a little
My
bit.
man, feel better.
Talk
I'm
about
feeling okay. It's good. I could have used the chicken soup, and I do have to pay you a compliment because I was at a place, a local parimutuel facility. You'll find that surprising, punching away on the horses on Saturday. And they are known for having, the restaurant there, for having a great matzo ball soup. Everybody loves it. A lot of people order it. And I told the people at the table that this compares very unfavorably to Grandpa's, as good as it is. I mean, and it was good. There's no doubt about it. But yours is spectacular. So
Are you going to
congratulations
see him?
on
You're going
that.
to see him before, like in a day or so.
I'll see him by the
I
end of the week.
can. I
Why?
can.
Why?
He's
You
on my
want-
way home.
If you're
Well,
on your way home, we'll send you home some chicken soup or matzo ball soup.
That stuff
And
is
I'll
great. I
put
mean,
that-
what-
Give him this Knish.
and
This
I'll
Knish
put
is
that
for him.
condition there with it.
that'd be a beautiful thing. No, I would love that.
He's not going to say
Be a
no.
present for me. Just tell me it
That
works.
Knish will never make it here, though, Mark. You know that.
I
You
know,
he's
I
gonna
know.
eat it in
Maybe,
the car.
maybe half.
Be lucky to see a
Can't
quarter of
promise
that thing.
the whole thing, but you got these two guys.
Oh man.
Well, if it's in Mayo's car, then we know it's not making it here. And Lubie's usually pretty
Yeah,
diligent
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
no
Poor
shot.
guy can't
No.
win.
Yeah, he
I
likes.
hope you do better in the horses than at this table. You know?
Well, thank God I did well at poker this week because the horses buried me. But that's all right.
That's a good thing
It's
about
always-
being a sick degenerate, though, Mike. If you're failing at the table games at the casino, you might be hitting the horses and vice versa. And then
Vice
when
versa.
you don't hit on either, then it's time to catch a plane and go home.
Well, that's
you
why.
can't go for you can't go over. Over is no
Yeah.
good.
No, that's why all
Getting
the
clobbered twice is no good. No Chateaubriand.
all the investment specialists say diversification is the key to
There
any
you go.
portfolio. So you can't just put all your eggs in the horse basket. You got to spread out the poker and blackjack and slots.
I don't know
Sometimes.
what you guys think.
Everybody, you gotta let everybody eat.
Yeah, I take your money.
Just don't
give
put it-
everybody a chance to take your money. Yes.
Oh,
that's
my
good.
put it in
God.
the Silicon
All right,
Valley
we're
Bank.
breaking.
All right, we're gonna
And
let
I'm
Freed.
breaking out.
Freed,
Now
you
we're
are the
letting
best.
you go.
We appreciate
Thank you
it,
for
my
stopping
friend.
by.
My pleasure.
We
And you
Oh,
gotta
hey,
do
Mark,
it.
thank you.
We'll make sure to have you.
And we'll
join
get you
us.
that. I'll get you that soup to go.
Yeah. Make sure Lubie gets it here. Text me. what it is
No,
you
I
sent
got
me, and I'll
I got
see how much
nails
we got here.
inside. I'm gonna
I
nail it
got you. I
closed.
got you. I got you. We
Yeah.
need you getting better.
promise
So
I'm
this
not
is the
gonna
magic
touch it.
elixir.
I'm
So
not gonna breathe
Seal that bag.
I'm gonna hide it in his car. He won't find it, and I'll tell you. You got to go out and get it. Bye, guys.
All
Mark,
right,
you're the
that'd be
best.
great.
Thank
see you later on, Freed, and we're gonna be back after these words on the Lunchbox.
If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Café in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally, and they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Café Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Café Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent.
How's that for timing? How's that for timing, Defo? And, I got to give a kind word today. We're at Grampa's in Dania, but today also we're presented by Tropical Acres, another Dania institution. We've got to go there. We got to make the rounds once the season is over. We got to go back to Tropical Acres for some steaks or the twin lobster special. We got to get up to Fish Shack.
Yes, you haven't been to Fish Shack.
It's on me. The treat is on me.
And I haven't been to Cafe Seville yet either, so I got to get up
go
there.
To Cafe Seville.
And we all got
Movie's on his own, I would say. Fish Shack is great, man. I got rave reviews again on Let's Eat South Florida.
I saw those pictures and I saw the menu board. I was like, I got to get there. I'm dying for some good. It's a very
simple goodness. That's what it is. I mean, it's just
it really is. That place is so good.
Just being able to grill a piece of fish is not as simple as it sounds, because a lot of people just somehow can't get it right. But when you find a place that just is able to do it, that's
perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
And Tropical Acres, even though it's known for their steaks, they also do grill up a nice piece of fish and the scallops and the things like that. And the one word I want to put in for them at 2500 Griffin Road, they're usually closed on Sundays. They're open every week, Monday to Saturday. But coming up, Easter Sunday, they will be open from 1 to 8 p.m. And you want to give them a call and make your reservations. Go to tropicalacres.com for your Easter Sunday reservations. The holidays are coming up. And, of course, don't forget the happy hour on the bar.
Today's Monday. Hello.
Yeah. Well, but Easter Sunday is a week from – wait, I've lost track. Yes,
April 9th. Upcoming Sunday.
It is a week from April 2nd. It's April 9th, so it's 13 days away is Easter Sunday.
You have Easter, which is big there. But, again, you don't have to wait till Easter. Today's Monday.
Yeah.
Half off wine.
Oh, yeah, half off
a bottle of wine. Like, Shirley and I were just at Total Wine and More yesterday because we got a wine fridge. So we had to fill the wine fridge. Heaven forbid you don't fill the wine fridge. So she's buying this wine and that wine. And I'm looking at
I don't have to worry about filling the wine fridge.
I know.
That's all that's in my refrigerator with the mustard.
Never going to Well, it's never going to be
There are like 6 bottles of wine in there and like one half of that crab cake we got from Delaware Chicken Farm. Those are the only 2 items in the fridge besides some hot sauce and stuff.
So I'm like looking at the prices, and they were solid prices. It's, that place is good for wine. And I'm thinking, like, Tropical Acres are these prices at a restaurant, like a nice restaurant.
No, I mean, to get a bottle of wine that goes along with your steak dinner for less than you'd pay at a wholesale wine store, you can't beat that value. And, of course, you're never going to beat the hospitality that the Studio family provides. So Tropical Acres, we love them. All right, so what else is on the agenda today? Did you do any eating anywhere this weekend, Defo? Or
not a ton. I mean, there's stuff coming up that I like. I don't know how you feel about seafood festivals in general, but you have the Pompano Beach Seafood Festival.
They do a really good one.
That's fun.
I always enjoyed going there. I liked it better when it was on the beach. I did attend it one time since they moved. They've moved it near the Pompano Municipal Tennis Center in the amphitheater there, which is the site of the Offerdall thing, or was for many years. A lot of the festivals have kind of gone in that direction, but no, they do a real nice job. I'm not sure that the local restaurants aren't so much represented as they have the whole thing just figured out, and they have this massive seafood booth, which is always pretty incredible, and a lot of good choices there. And I think they're also having, like in Pompano Beach, a food truck deal where, and that may be something that's becoming a regular feature. Maybe it's once a month, but they have another food truck event coming up. So if you're into that sort of thing, and it's a nice time of the year to do that, right, where the weather is, still a little cool, but you don't have the humidity as much, and maybe the spring breakers and some of the tourists have cleared out, and you get to really enjoy yourself roaming around. And they have great bands lined up at the Pompano Seafood Festival. That's a big feature.
Well, that thing is on the beach. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Shirley and I, because of Defoe's recommendation, went early in our dating life, and we had a blast. I have a question for you, because Eric, who is become a really big fan of the show, and we appreciate Eric. We met him out at Esposito's. Brings up a question. I meant to ask you this because there's so many now. I'm getting confused. What is this Las Olas thing?
No, Las Olas has always had a wine and food festival, usually, sometime in the spring.
Okay.
And it's basically a bunch of the restaurants that are along Las Olas take part. They set up all these little stands out in the middle of the street. They block off the road to traffic. So it has this kind of street festival atmosphere. That's coming up.
How is that
April
though?
21st.
They're not.
It's
We can
good.
be honest.
It's
like, how is
fine.
that?
They have a lot of free pouring. You get the wine. Different wine companies come in and take part.
Okay.
These food festivals. We've seen, of course. Oh, by the way, congratulations. Phil popped the question to Kate for the Visit Lauderdale Food Festival.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, nice.
They've been a couple a long time, but they are now officially hitched. Engaged. And no wedding date yet. But congrats to them, the Visit Lauderdale Wine and Food Festival organizers. Great. And talk about Seafood Festival in Pompano. We've got one coming up this weekend in Dania Beach. They have their own arts and seafood festival. They do all these sand sculptures. It's kind of cool. So all these towns, there's so much going on. I think Hollywood, that big white tent on the beach, is also having that Savor South Florida food festival.
That was good last year.
Coming up. I've been in touch with the woman who organizes that. I don't know if it's next Saturday. It might be a conflict with the Florida Derby. No. But if it's in the morning, I'm judging and then go right down to the track. And not much of a betting race, it looks like, with the Forte looking like he's going to be a monster. And Pletcher has another monster, that Kings Barnes, who ended up romping in the Louisiana Derby. And he was 2 for 2 and just, stepped up his game to grade 1 competition and looks like a beast also. So Pletcher is loaded for bear for the Kentucky Derby, Florida Derby, all the derbies. Leave out Pletcher, leave on a stretcher, as they say.
Great saying.
Hey, and, I had a little food.
What was that? You sent like a dozen pictures from, where were you? The Catherine again?
It was at the Catherine. They do a brunch now.
I tell you what, this money, Michael, I just don't want you, rooting against humanity so that you can make it on this
hole
farm.
in his pocket, as they say.
I'm everything. I'm paying bills. I'm getting tuition paid. It's like all the ducks in a row, getting everything that I need to, get out of the way. And then I'll have my fun money. And I had a little fun this weekend. But, I wanted to go to the Catherine because as I've been there a few times for dinner. But they just started the Sunday brunch service, I think about 6 or 7 weeks ago. I told Timon and Marissa that I'd come in. They happened to take the day off. They weren't around,
That's
but
funny.
That's okay. I have a very capable kitchen.
Did they leave word with the maitre d' that you were a freebie?
I didn't telegraph my appearance. I didn't tell them I was coming. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Because and I wanted to check it out, and I went in there. First of all, they have a lovely new server. Her name is Daisy. She's from Tennessee originally, but she was in L.A. for the last 12 years working in some high-end restaurants there. She is lovely, and she took good care of me. And they have this red curry shrimp and grits that I had, and then there was also he does something called like sweet bread, which is kind of a French toast variant, thick hunks of French toast, but with a whipped cream cheese and some nuts and like candied nuts. It was so good. And I just wanted that for a bite. I only took one bite. I put the rest in a bag and wanted to give it to my daughter, but she didn't eat it yesterday. She had just come from another brunch, her own, down at actually the Bal Harbor Ritz-Carlton fancy. One of her friends had it.
God. What did you give her part of this stash?
What a life.
You got stone crabs for the ex-wife who wasn't speaking to you. Your daughter's down at the Ritz-Carlton Bal Harbor. I mean, please. It's $75 to valet park there. And then you're at the Catherine?
The Catherine was very reasonable for my brunch. I just had a cup of coffee, the sweet bread, and the shrimp and grits. I got it on there, for about $40. It's not terrible.
That's not bad.
That's a lot better than that thing at Carbone, which the Greek had the great line that for $400 you would have rather gotten a box of spaghetti for $3.
Yeah,
and then you could have had the hottest lady of the night in South Beach.
It's
doing whatever he wanted for like 24 hours for $400.
Because I was with my daughter, I wasn't going to be going that route.
I would imagine, probably stay away from that then.
Robert Kraft route, but no happy endings. I did have a good dessert there for $25, but it's about as close. Yeah, so that was the Catherine was great, and we wish luck to Tim and Baloo, the
James Beard,
the James Beard Foundation. They named the semifinalists a month ago. A whole bunch of people in South Florida have been selected in various categories. This Wednesday, they will announce they make the cut to the finalists, the final nominees that go to the big awards gala up in Chicago. I believe it's in July this year. But so they knock it down from about 30 semifinalists to, I believe it's 3 nominee finalists in each category. So we are definitely rooting for him. And really, the whole South Florida contingent. Hey, you know what? If FAU and UM can end up in the Final Four, why not Tim Unbaloo and Jeremy Berman and Nevan Patel down in Miami? They should all make it through and represent in the James Beard Awards, and that's going to be announced this Wednesday. So, they're on pins and needles there.
Far less far-fetched, for those guys to win, all of them, than for FAU and the University of Miami to meet A, in the championship game, and B, to be in the Final Four, period. I mean, that's loomed. You covered sports here a long time. I don't know that I ever have seen anything. I mean, we've seen championships and World Series and NBA titles, and we've been to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals at one time. But I don't know that anything seemed or loomed as improbable as this that was actually accomplished here. And so we got Marino fell into our laps in the draft. This was pretty amazing. The
whole point of sports is you want to see the unexpected. You want to be amazed. I mean, there was the U.S. hockey team in Lake Placid in 1980.
True.
There were the Miracle Mets in 1969. There were the, Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson in Tokyo. But, now they haven't won it all yet, but just the fact that these two teams made it to the Final Four is pretty incredible. Hey, one more note about the Catherine, because I know Let's Eat a couple of weeks ago, somebody was like complaining about the AC vent was dripping on them, and then this guy,
that one guy that sent the dish back and it came back cold again. I found that a little bit, unbelievable. Also.
I want to address the vents because I went in there and I took special note of the air conditioning. This guy, first of all, he made a scene and he got called out because other people who were there that night happened to be in the group, and then they called him out on the post saying, "You were the one who was acting like a jerk." And that he was guilty of all kinds of histrionics because he was talking about, the water dripped from this rusty vent. I looked at every vent yesterday. There was not one of them had rust. It was, sometimes there's condensation, and sometimes in a restaurant, if there's a high humidity day and the door is opening, you might get a drop that falls. And I was looking at the angles of the vents. None of them were stationed right over a table. They were like in the middle of the floor. So the guy stole something.
The wind must have picked up when he was sitting there inside.
He just wanted to get a freebie. All these people who are just trying to game the system, and then they don't even mind about just trying to ruin somebody's reputation. It frosts my it frosts my kishkas. Yes, it frosts my kishkas. That's it. Hey, we got to talk about our friends at Delaware Seafood.
Yep.
Devo's
still eating their.
I still have some leftovers. Yeah, from the appearance there last Thursday.
That was great. I mean, I didn't even realize they had that broasted chicken, ham chops.
That was great.
That was great.
My mom had been feasting on them all weekend. She loves getting lamb chops on the bone, and she just gnaws it down to the bone. And, that's one thing that'll still keep her going and get her appetite going, are those beautiful, delicious lamb chops.
What's cool about that place is that, like, a lot of the time when you go to like a market to get stuff to make for yourself, their prepared stuff is hit or miss. Like, it's Like, so far, their prepared stuff, whether it's been dips or food,
that fish dip I've been eating
really good.
Like,
really good. Like, top notch. It's actually impressive for a place that is a market to also have their own kind of cafe kind of a thing in the back to service you, that you can go home and have it at home the way you have it there.
You could get stuff prepared to go so you can have dinner basically ready to go when you get home, when you bag it up from Delaware. Or you could buy, the greatest, freshest seafood and fish and cook it at home yourself, throw it on the grill. I mean, they've got great shrimp from Key West. They've got the, fish, whole fish. They'll fillet it for you there in the store. Watch out for the bones. It's fish.
Yeah.
No, they'll do a great job of cutting and filleting and whatever you want. Doug Carter and his whole crew, they'll take great care of you. We love Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. They're open every day. Go onto their website. That's DelawareChicken.com to check out all the weekly specials and the daily catch. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
A lot of good stuff. All right, coming back to finish things off from Grandpa's. Kind of a fun time out there. You guys, I'm glad, are having a good time.
A little bit of a chaotic Monday, but we're having fun.
We figured it out.
You're handling it like a champ. Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox continues in a moment.
I got the check. That's the important thing.
Hey, it's Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all: Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back on the Lunchbox. It's a little bit of a hectic Monday, but we're making it through. Defo is back at the old homestead. He's on the mend, trying to get his wrist looked at. He's trying to get his he'll be back in fine, tip-top shape. We
Can't believe my orthopedic guy retired. That's why he didn't call me back on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I called today to get an appointment, and they said, well, Dr. McKay retired. And I guess, and then they knew I was on Medicare, and they said their first appointment with some alternative orthopedic guy, which I'm not all that comfortable with because I love this guy. He was great, is April 11th. I said, well, I'll be dead by then.
I thought you were going to say April of 2024.
Yeah, but there is an option. I guess they have
well, you'll get
an urgent care with Holy Cross. I'm going to attend. So
exactly.
All right. Again, congratulations to Barbara Klein. She's this week's contest winner. She had the winning horse. That was Sassy Nature, number 5. Actually, I don't know if she picked the actual winner or if she had one of the.
Always good to luck into it. Yeah.
That reverse, backing in is no shame in backing in.
I love that.
As long as you win. And
winner by disqualification. Yes.
This week, I think we have to make the contest race the Florida Derby, and I think we have a record of about 80 names in the hat because I don't know anybody who's going to pick against Forte this week, the Pletcher monster that looks like a beast. And what do you say, Deef? I don't even know who's going to be.
War Admiral got beat. I mean, a lot of people think that was the origination of the term upset by a horse called Upset back in the 30s. It can happen. I don't know. I mean, if you watch the Fountain of Youth, you would have to say, especially you had the handicapping theory, maybe this horse wasn't quite ready yet, which had some validity to it.
Completely wrong.
But to romp in that fashion, you would have to think overwhelming favorite to win the Florida Derby.
That looks like he is
he's a
man
Derby
amongst
favorite
boys,
already, right?
amongst the 3-year-olds. Hey, we've got a busy week coming up besides being here today. Tomorrow we're going to be at home and resting. But Burger Beast, my friend Seth Gonzalez, is going to be on the show joining us tomorrow because he's having an event Friday night. It's his hamburger house party, and there's still some back in his world, and the hamburger house party always a big because it's not like some of these frou festivals where you get a little plate and you take one bite. when you go to a Burger Beast event, he got good, big comfort food.
his
He's
name's
got
called
all
Burger
kinds
Beast.
of burgers. He usually has some sort of good desserts there. He also usually has all kinds of good cocktails, and usually has partners like Tito's Vodka. So
Nice.
we'll talk to Beast tomorrow. Wednesday, we're going to be at Even Keel Fish Shack.
Nice.
Friday, of course, we'll be back at Gulfstream getting ready for the big Florida Derby. And on Thursday, we're going to be with Neki Mohan at a restaurant to be named later. But we will just, I always say that Greater Fort Lauderdale welcomes everybody under the sun for every flavor under the sun. And that's what we're going to be doing, celebrating the end of Women's History Month. And we're going to be going to a place that is owned by a woman, hopefully it's a place that, we'll find out which it is. But anyway, all around town, no matter what, whether it's owned by a man, a woman, a longtime Fort Lauderdale native, or somebody who just moved to town, there's so much good food in this town. Over 70 different types of cuisine, more than 4,000 area restaurants, and that's what Greater Fort Lauderdale, Visit Lauderdale wants everybody to experience everything that they can, from the dockside dining with breathtaking views, lively cafes along Las Olas, and award-winning chefs. Good luck to Tim and Baloo and the Catherine gang. This is where a world-class culinary scene is waiting for you. And don't forget the nightlife scene, the Visit Lauderdale Ale Trail, the rooftop
we got Tortuga
bars,
coming up in the next couple weeks.
Tortugas next month. Never-ending culinary and libation celebration. And for checking out all the latest in events, promotions, and deals, go to visitlauderdale.com. That's visitlauderdale.com. All right, I think, Defo,
great time.
We've got a Knish. We're going to wrap it up.
I'll head your way. I'll bring you matzo ball soup, and you're
going to pack you up some matzo ball soup. There's my buddy Gary Fye. How are you, Gary? Another former Sun Sentinel guy. And Ed and Rich, the whole gang came out. So it's always nice to see some friendly faces at a Lunchbox remote. Come on out yourself later on this week. Even Keel on Wednesday is always a great time.
They've been slammed, by the way. I drove by there last night about 8 o'clock. Slammed. It's unbelievable.
Spring break is still kind of going on, and I know that Brad certainly likes that scenery, so we'll catch up with him on Wednesday at Even Keel. All right, that's going to do it for today. Defo, I hope you heal up.
I'm okay. I'll find out what's going on with the wrist later on this afternoon, hopefully. But it hasn't been pleasant. Cool. Let's put it that way.
All good.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And until then, remember to enjoy every soup, Knish, and especially enjoy every sandwich.